Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm playing Mono Blue Steel, which was actually my very first modern deck. And I thought about it, I think I bought it around this time 2 years ago. It's kind of funny. That's when I started playing as well. So what Mono Blue Steel, for those of you who don't know about it, is a combination of blue cards, blue dudes, most of them Vidalcan, with artifacts that basically can grow based on how much mana you have. Right? So let me start by explaining. So the main game plan is to play one of these Bedalcan creatures, which are Chief Engineer, which gives all your artifacts Convoke, Theme Sculptor, which makes all your artifacts cost one less. They only play 3, those at least normally they would play 4. Organ Architect, which is kind of the all-star, which gives, it does a lot of things. It's sort of like a balance Ursa. Use +1/+1 to all blue creatures you control, other blue creatures you control. You can pay blue to make a target creature become blue until artifact creatures to become blue until the end of turn. So we will give it +1/+1. And then you can tap 1 and tap blue creature you control to add 2 colorless mana. The mana can only be used to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts, such as pumping a ballista. Right, so we use the combination of these guys that basically are our Llanowar Elves or our mana accelerators with 9 1-drops that are some of the best mono blue 1-drops that there is. Mausoleum Wanderer, really good card. Very similar effect as Judge's Familiar. Mausoleum Wanderer is better because it gets +1/+1 when another spirit comes into play, which the only other spirit is Mausoleum Wanderer, but you get to play 2. And then Advice Assistant, the original list played Fairy something, but that is Scries 2 when it comes into play. But as it is assistant, every time you cast a historic spell, so an artifact, a saga or legendary spell, you may scry 1, which is really strong. So maybe the fairy is better like when you put it down into play, but this one is better when you get to actually, if it sticks around for a couple of turns, it will be better. Also, scrying 2 sometimes a bit awkward because if you like the card, then basically you wasted your return, right? Then the payoffs for such mana generation is first, probably the better one is not Loathsome Golem, which means that non-artifact spells cost 1 more to cast, which is normally not much of a tax for us, but it's really big tax for your opponents. Then the problem with Loathsome Golem is that it dies to Bolt, but that can be mitigated by efficient use of Gun Architect, turning it blue. Then we have 2 X spells here. We have Walking Ballista, which is probably the main X spell, right? So, if you have 8, this deck can easily generate like 8 mana, so you make a 4/4 Ballista out of nowhere. And Stone Cold Serpent, which, original list used to run Traxos, Scourge of Crook, which is, if you don't know, is a 7/7 they're understaffed, and every time you cast a historic spell, it untaps, which is very strong, and I played that on the Mystic Force version of the deck. But I really feel Stone Cold Serpent is cool because it can be a 1-drop, it can be a 2-drop, it can be a 3-drop, of course that's what the X does, right? Really strong. And yeah, the other payoffs are Smaller Sculptor, which is not so much of a payoff, but it gives you protection versus sweepers, versus paths to exile, versus removal on opponent's turn. So any sorcery speed removal, it will not affect Smaller Sculptors because it will be a vehicle. And it can allow us to discard extra cards we don't need. For example, lands, or any extra enablers to try to find our payoffs. And also kind of our finisher payoff is our Throne of the Godfire, which is a really pesky one. So it deals 1 damage. You're going to lose 1 life for each creature you control tapped at the end of turn. And all your creatures are either attacking or tapping for mana, so that's not too difficult. Smaller Sculptor can also, you can crew it more than once. You can tap all your team with Smaller Sculptor, including itself. And Gun Architect also taps people, right? So it goes well with the theme of the deck of making people like basically tapping your creatures, right? So pretty cool. Then we play 4 Blinkmoth Nexus on the sideboard. We don't play Ravager, so on the sideboard, on the line, so we don't really need to play Inmoth Nexus, and it's really not worth it. But Blinkmoth Nexus can help us get there. Similar to Small Sculpt. There's only 1 count of souls, mostly named Vedalken. Could name also Bird, or you could name Spirit. I'm guessing most of the time we'll name Vedalken, or, there's a variety. There's a Golem, there's Construct. So Vedalken, which all of these cards are probably like the main one you will name. So you can make sure you can stick your Gun Architect. I changed this. The deck came with a Min Ammo, School of Water's Edge, but there's nothing in this list that can be untapped with Min Ammo. So when nothing can be untapped with Minamo, it's not that good actually. So instead, I decided to put an Academy Rings because we already have a lot of blue sources. We have, in fact, 16 blue sources, which should be enough to cast a lot of spells. 17, in fact. So Academy Rings allows us to put an artifact back on top, and sometimes this deck just runs out of gas, and this allows you to basically have, like, put this extra ballista back on top that you may need. Then 3 Clearwater Pathways, the only reason they're here is that because they can be turned into black mana for Dismember post-war games. 2 Waterlogged Grooves to draw cards, and 1 Oboro Palace of the Clouds, which is a very expensive card right now in MTGO, funnily enough. But then good thing that it has is you can pay 1 mana and return it to your hand, and you can discard it to Smaller Sculptor. Right? So if you sometimes have 1 card in hand, so if you want to see if you are in top deck mode, you can put Oboro back in your hand, attack with Smaller Sculptor, draw another card, and if it's another land, you can discard it and replay Oboro. Or if it's a spell, you can keep it and discard Oboro. Right? Also works versus Croxa, for example. If you have a good spell, you can return it to your hand, and then you can stop the Croxa for doing things. 3 Dismembers, kind of a necessity. You could probably play 4 to just deal with all those pesky feature decks. 3 Thorns of the Amethyst for the combo decks means that all non-art creatures spells cost 1 more to cast. Combined with Lowstone Golem is a kind of a nice combination. 2 Uncle Engines for more the grindy matchups, and also I guess aggressive matchup, because if you're able to land one Uncle Engine versus a burn deck, for example, you win. 4 Soga Lanterns. This could be Relics of Progenitus, but the original player of the deck decided to go for Soga Lantern. I'll stick to that for now. It's like I haven't played a ton with, so I don't have a super good feeling. But this could be Relic of Progenitus. I think it could be better, but I will keep it at Soga Lantern for now. For the Graveyard deck, Uro decks, etc. And the deck comes with 3 Force of Negation, but I decided I don't have 250 ticks. That's what 3 Force of Negation costs right now in MTGO. I only have 182 ticks, so I cannot really afford to spend that much, and I don't want to spend any money, of course, to buy Force of Negation, which is a card I will probably not be using, and it's completely overpriced right now. So I changed that for Mystical Dispute. Most likely we're bringing this versus blue decks anyway. We don't have a ton of things versus Tron decks, or big mana decks in general. Maybe Thorns of the Amethyst, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to play this deck. It was, again, my first modern deck ever. Not gonna play these Super Qualifiers, way too late at night. Those Super Qualifier I was already falling asleep with, so let's see. The deck is probably not very good. Let's say it's not a modern staple, but it is a kind of cool deck. And I tried to make it work with Mystic Forge, but it was missing some sort of probably was missing most of it. The original list was not having creatures familiar, but basically the rule of thumb that you have 9 of a card and you're willing to mulligan for it, you can start every game with a 1-drop, and that's very important when you're trying. When your strategy resolves a lot about having a 1-drop into a 2-drop that will turn into a 3-drop. If you don't have the 1-drop, the deck becomes quite clunky. And also, these 1-drops kind of hit hard, especially if you get 2 Grand Architects in play. They become 3/3s. Pretty good. I really like this deck. It's a joy to play, and I play a lot of scales recently, and I was like, okay, before I get back into getting better at scales, I wanted like a little bit of a break. Then I saw this and I was like, right, well, man. I mean, we may go like 0-3, but it's okay. You're just playing for fun, for enjoyment. That's, that's sometimes that's magic, it's a game. By the way, how pretty these pathways are. I didn't change it. Oh no, I have a very bad basics. Damn it. That's some cool islands, but when we're on the draw, we're playing against Ike Spike. This hand has returned to Lost on Golem. In this turn, is actually pretty harsh. Okay, we're gonna get discarded. Whatever. So yeah, I forgot to put like the Wood Islands. That's super sucky. If you're wondering what I'm eating some beef jerky. I was very hungry. Nothing, I'll leave it here. Opponent is wondering what's going on here. We're playing in red black mid range. I'm assuming this is not a great matchup because you know, we cannot need our creatures to survive, and they're very good at not letting us creatures survive. How many lands are we playing? 22. Yeah. They take an architect. What the hell is that? Okay. Looks very dodgy. Maybe it's good, maybe it's good. I almost returned a water to my hand. That was fantastic. So we play this Druida out. So next turn we can get Tomb Sculpture down. But maybe they will not. I sacrifice. It happens, you know. That just red black mid range to you. Thoughts is, I mean, to be fair, I mean, sorry, okay. I'm gonna play a 2-drop this turn. Probably really, you know, it's good when you play a brew like this because you can tell people are like, what is happening, man? I need to read the cards, I know what's going on. Someone in this card asks, how is the deck winning? Well, exactly like this, you know. They take the golem. We will play a Stone Cold Serpent, but we could also play next turn. And be maybe a 3-3 or better. Because this now costs 0. Again, if they kill it, well, that's what it is. I think I'll finish it. Okay, so I finally play creature. They miss a land drop too. So this is pretty cool now. Where's this guy? Guess we can do this first. It's not a bad top deck. Also has protection versus a lot of the stuff they play. So since we're drawing that, I guess I can just play this for 1. I click and just save it, right? Play next turn. I can play 2/2s. Yeah, bro, that sounds smart. Yeah. And I can do here is that I actually can attack. And I mean, the block is whatever. And if they block, they take 1 damage anyway from the. Could have played it maybe, but I don't know. Oh, it's a 4/4 already. Wow. I think I'm gonna. I'm just gonna attack first, I guess. They are F6. I think I want to play it like this. And this card gives us good stuff, taps us, but I think we can do a little bit better. I mean, next time we deal them 6 damage. Okay, that's pretty bad for us. Especially if they minus. Yeah. I mean, our physical system can kill it, so it's okay. That's actually fine. No, it's not bad. Can attack here. Can play both. I don't really want to play this as a 1/1, but maybe it's good. I think I'll do that actually. We can't really cast this, right? So put it back. I think that's pretty good. So now we can think, do we want to block here? Or we just want to crew and deal damage? So, I mean, unless I have double bolt here, we're fine. The next turn we can attack for 5 plus 4, 1. Okay. We can also block. So yeah, Throne seems like there will be a shitty card, but then you think about it like, okay. And it's pretty good, right? So now there's 2 cards left in our opponent's deck. I mean, good. We're at 6. So you have like a Bone Crusher Giant with die here. We just want to leave one guy back to block. Because if we play this for 1, we crew, we attack for 3, 4, 5. And this will be 4 damage in the end. So it's going to be 1. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, I can actually do that, right? So I play this. Whiscry. Put that. And this can block the bottom. We crew. This guy. Okay, they kill the top there. Yeah, it's not worth. And then on the end of turn I can draw. So I take 2, go down to 7. Probably block here, I just don't want to go down to. Okay, the shock. They have 1 card left, so I don't know what could it be. Oh boy, Season Pyro, what a draw. So if they find bold and we don't block with that. And we don't have a way to tap our dudes, which is kind of bad. I think we kind of need to block to play around bold. We have 3 points of damage maybe here. No. Okay, they kill the bird. So they had the ball, so we didn't block with the eye there. But it kind of made sense, right? That's kind of bad. You've kind of just kill us here, right? Yeah, I'll just concede this one. It was close. It was close. I think we can beat them. I think Best card here is a Wound Call Engine, right? And probably Lost Golem is not its best because it dies to Bolt. Soulvale Lantern and Throne of Amethyst actually could be kind of nice. Maybe it's Member, but they deal damage to us, so maybe just want it like this. Minimal sideboarding. I am 1-1. Sorry, I am 0-0. I lost the first match, first game, but I think we can win. Yeah, also the golems are just pretty bad, right? We want Throne of Amethyst instead. Is that good? Nah. They do play a lot of non-creature spells, but they also do play some creatures. So I'll do like this. I don't want to play lots of them and just tie them to both. So it's pretty fun, you know. I like this is my first modern deck ever, so I kind of like the concept. Ooh, this hand is just not good. You need blue mana, and sadly we don't have that, so we gotta mulligan this. Okay, we got a Wound Call Engine, which means that we can maybe play it turn 4, I guess. Yeah, also mulliganing. Yeah, so 0-0 down on a game. Yeah. So we play. I mean, I don't. Okay, I'm not playing this thinking we just broke the guy that played it broke modern. I'm playing it because it's fun, and I played a lot of scales recently, so I was like, feeling like doing something like this. Oh, my friend is probably gonna just kill me here, right? I should play the Blink Mode, maybe. So maybe I can just run this out. They will kill it. I mean, most likely they have a removal here. I also maybe just don't need to run into the removal, right? Like next turn I can play both of these. Can I? If I draw a 1-drop, I can. Oh yeah, no, I can play because this has Convoke. Yeah. So let's not need to do it now. I mean, they didn't have a discard spell. They most likely have a removal spell. Wow. Hands down, mate. Thank you for the subscription. I mean, hell yeah. You are like very generous. Thank you. So that is a Crux. Honestly, I could see myself discarding a land to this. Because, yeah, I don't want to discard a spell. So I discard a land. I take 3. Choose this. Thank you, dude. I mean, you know, I'm the only Harness Skills streamer, right? So, yeah, so that was nice to discard the land. I guess we can play it like this. So we can play this guy first, and then this guy. We can do this. The next turn, we could maybe play a Wound Call Engine. It's a free trial. Well, dude, you gave me free $2.50. Hell yeah. The value is just so real, man. Should get all my friends to go into the free trials and subscribe to me. Nice Inquisition, nerd. Wound Call is coming for ya. Infinite EV needs. Just, you need infinite friends. Dude, not another Croxa. No! Okay, but it's okay. We get to play Wound Call, boys. We're fine here. Shit. It scared me. So, this is 6 mana, right? Now I have 5 mana, then I cannot really play this. I would rather play the Wound Coil before they discard it. Hey! Hello, that's a turn 3 for Wound Coil. But I mean, I also took a turn off. The EV is just infinite, you're right. Dude, I hate Engineering Explosive. Every deck is playing Engineered Explosives now. And it's such an annoying card to play around against. Like, every deck, I think it's playing Engineering Explosives. Dude, I think this is not going to work out for you if you let me cast my spell. I mean, I guess I could just cast this. Maybe they brought it now. Okay, they don't. Should I just... So I can play this, right? Because if I attack, they're gonna blow this up, and then they kill this. So okay, that's my plan. Take that, Tron, exactly. Tron gamers. I mean, why would you know, like actually blue is like the color of artifacts, right? So by the way, I think we're in a very good spot this game. Like, all memes aside, we have a Wunkel engine, a Lodestone Golem, and 2 Blink Moths to beat down. So even if they wanna use the engineered explosives, they cannot cast another spell. So that's why I tap these guys. All right, resolves. Yeah. So if you have Infinite Friends, you get Infinity V, which is just the best, right? So now they cannot play Chandra. They cannot escape this guy. And I think still they need to deal with the Wound Coil boy. Oh, they shock. What can they have? Now they will reload some Golem and be like, oh, can't play Chandra? I mean, even a Braid doesn't save them, right? Because we make the dudes. They're pretty dead, indeed. They're dead. 4? No Damnation, bro. How can you play Damnation in your deck? No way, right? There's no way they play Damnation. But they cannot cast Damnation also. But there's no way they play Damnation. Like, huh. My turn. I don't even need to activate this, but I will, because this way I kill them. Huh, this is also a good draw. I cast my Mausoleum Gun. Fuck, it costs more. I think Mausoleum Wanderer actually is pretty good, right? So we just play it. Now, whatever spell they wanted to play, it's double. It's like very hard to beat. I guess they could have a Braid for the Moon Coil here, but then with the Blink Moth we kill them. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I mean, I think you could make a lot of improvements. I already made some improvements to the list. I added Artificer Assistant, and I removed, like, I mean, ammo that was there for no reason. I'm pretty sure you can make some improvements to this deck. You should just attack, I don't know. So destroy target artifact, deal 2 damage to any target. They're dead. Like Blink Moth Nexus? Hello? Oh no, they're not dead. Blow math. They concede anyway. I love that. I love that. Yeah, the truth is we have a lot of... I mean, this actually is more relevant than I thought. We have a lot of... I'm gonna cut these. I want creatures. We have a lot of threats, you know, and they need to answer all of them. I think I played well when I didn't cast my 2-drop into the open mana, because it for sure had a push or something, right? And it didn't really allow me to cast Engineer's Explosives faster. Yeah, they are very good. This card is really cool. So yeah, I guess you'll see it in action. It's not that hard actually, this deck. I think I'm just gonna go like this. I want lots of them because they die to bolt. So the thing is, an Architect can allow you to cast like very big Stone Cold Serpents and Ballistas. And it also buffs your small dudes. And it also taps dudes for the Throne of Geth. Sorry, Throne of the God Pharaoh. I always play decks that have thrones, and I always have 2 of them in my decks. But I'm rethinking their sideboard strategy, which is hilarious, right? I mean, I just love this deck. I think this deck, I will bring it to my next... Like, whenever they open the FNM, like last time I brought Scales and I killed everyone for a few times, and then I brought Heliod Scales, and the people were like, what? Because, as I must remember, you guys, I was like playing Heliod Scales before it was cool. Heck, W. This is not bad. It's not maybe the best, but it's not bad. Smaller Scope is a good card. I also don't want to... I don't want to... Holy shock. I guess I have this card spell. What are you going to take? I mean, it's not bad that my opponent starts the game at 16 life. I can take that. And you know, our hands are very... Like, we have a lot of the same things. Like, if they take Small Sculptor, we play Throne of Death. If they take an Architect, we have, like, another, like, 10 enablers. The other thing we don't have is a second blue for an Architect, but we can draw that. We also will get a Scry, most likely. On the first game, we almost get there with Throne of the God Pharaoh. Oh, Castle Logwain. That's pretty greedy, I think. Oh, I guess it's fine if they play one. This reminds me of the starships from Star Wars, from the bad guys, the Imperial starships, like the ones that are like a triangle. Let me just get that for you. Like, isn't it this thing? Isn't it the same stuff as the as a Castle Logwain? Behave. Like this guy on the right side, same stuff, right? Star Destroyer, that's the way. That's the name. So they play their Tarmogoyf, the new John Tarmogoyf. Ooh, this is not a good draw. I'm guessing I'm just gonna play the Throne here. Scry to a blue source. Well, that's a blue source, and I kind of really want to play this guy, so we're just gonna keep it. And there you go. Star Destroyer. Castle Logwain is a Star Destroyer. Also, an Architect dies to Bolt, which, yeah, if it was designed in 2020, it would not die to Bolt. Probably draw a card too. Really, man? That's like, that is a that is an expensive. They attack with this, so they don't even want to do card selection. Interesting. So we could play this and attack with the Blink Mod, but I just wanna think one thing you can do here. Just play the Architect. You can tap it. Say, go. Hopefully they don't have a Bolt. Maybe they do have a Bolt. Maybe I should just play this. Oh no, they just played that one. And then they take 1 damage in the end. Haha. Winning the race. Also, Blinkmoth Nexus says they... I mean, now any artifact is like a great draw. Alright, they remove our dudes. They allow removal, but whatever. Oh, they kill the respect for the throne, man. They were like, fuck, this throne is killing me. Asshole. Alright, that's not the best draw. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and play Diffuser's Assistant. And tap here. And attack them for 1. They have only 1 card left in hand. So unless they top deck a Season Pyromancer again, I think we are... I could also have put the Throne of Death back on top. Throne of the Godfather. But I really want to find a Ballista or a Stone Cold Serpent or something like that. Maybe I can put it back on top next turn. Next upkeep. Alright, we take 4. I take that. Now we don't win the race though. Do they have Crux? No, that was last time. Okay, that's another 4-4. That's strong. A good thing? Ugh. Bro, man. That's kind of bad. Well, we attack. Maybe we can put the Throne of the Godfather on top. This will cost us 3 mana. Then we have 4. So we can play the Throne of Godfather, but we cannot really activate the Blink Moth. If we actually didn't block with I2 Bolt, but they have 1 card in hand. Maybe they draw with Castle Logwain? No. Dude, they Season Pyromancer again. What a player. Okay, I'm not gonna block here because I think it takes away all my opportunities to win the game. So if I get Throne of the God Fire on top, I tap this guy, attack with this guy, and tap this guy. This is gonna be 2 damage, goes to 4. Nah, it's just not enough. And that, of course, not counting some removal. So I'm just thinking. Ooh, they are cycling. So they're not attacking. Let's see. They discard a land and they find another one that thoughts it. Dude, thoughts me, bro. Thoughts is me, bro, and I kill you with the Throne of God. Do it. Just thoughts is me. I can. Oh, you're right. I can turn the Nexus as blue, but I need blue for that. Do I have enough? Yeah, actually, yes. You're right. You're right. So maybe I can. They discard. Like engineer. What? What? These are like the worst. 0 cards in hand. I think we won. You're right. I can turn them blue and go for the queen. So it takes 4 mana plus 2 to put them, turn them blue. Hey, yeah. That's Inquisition me, bro. Good job. Ah, we're gonna win. I'm so happy. You're right. You're right. If we turn them blue, we just win. There's no need to get a throne. Right? You just activate, turn them blue. Hell yeah. I could also. Blue Steel Master right there. You're right. You're right. I had forgotten about this. Opponent really is wondering how the hell they lost this game. Of course, they had very bad top decks, but they also drew a Season Pyro, right? There's nothing in the graveyard, no. We just win the match. Easy. Easy. Hands down. You're a very good player, hands down, for goodness sake. Oh man, I'm sure. But you know, this deck actually. Yeah, you can tell the guy was not happy right there. You know, I don't know if it was his first or their first round, right? So they were like, ah. Yeah, you can really picture the rage. Like the guy sitting there, like I've just lost to this pile of nonsense that costs. Okay, if you remove the 250 plus from the Force of Negation, this deck costs like less than 100 ticks. 250 for Force of Negation. And you know, the other expensive card is Dismember. And the Crown of Souls, I guess, which will never use actually. Yeah, you can imagine, you know, you're just playing you're a jump player. You decide to pick up the red-black mid-range deck because you think you're a better player than anybody else. You need to show them with your mid-range skills, which, you know, if you're not playing mid-range, you just suck. What about this hand, though? We're on the draw. I don't think this hand is very good. Because what do? We play this guy, we scry. I mean, honestly, it's functional. I mean, it doesn't have any payoffs or any enablers, but it looks for cards very deep. Problem is, if they kill this hand just, like, goes down the drain, let's say. I think most of our hands, if they kill our 1-drop, it's kind of bad. Anyway, let's keep it for science, boys. We can even make a bird uncounterable. Oh, it's a it's that kind of deck. Okay. Is this... Oh, that's a bird? Alright, alright. So turn 3 we can go bird, smallest copter. What do you guys think? Tryon. Oh, we're playing Sultai. I don't think Sultai could be possibly a good matchup. Like, there is no chance Sultai is a good matchup with all the removal they play. I'm guessing we attack first. Oh, 1 point secured. And, you know, the worst that can happen is a we scry. So It's a Stone Coil. It's not even a bad draw, right? I mean, they do play Abrupt Decay, and they play... I think I like it. Fuck it. On top. I mean, I don't know what else we want to play. Maybe the Remnant this, but... Next turn we can go Artificial Assistant. I don't think they play any RAS main deck. So we can go Artificial Assistant, Smallest Copter, Scry 2. Value. That's why this card is better than the Face here thing. It's just, it's a constant threat. Growth Spiral, okay, that sucks. It resolved, so it's very good. Why are they playing this? I mean, we have an easy way to beat the Field of the Dead decks, which is flying over them. I was like, okay, they're missing land drops, that's for sure, that's why they're doing this. There's no reason to do this. Okay, that's mana-less, colorless, I mean. So let's not expose our Cavern of Souls, shall we? So what we can do here is we can play the second Artificial Assistant. We could... Thinking if I want to Scry first. Am I gonna play this for sure? I think so, right? I mean, Smallest Copter is a hell of a card. I think I'm gonna play it first, and then I get to Scry before I draw. Oh, Ballista. Honestly, Ballista I don't think it's that great in this matchup. So maybe I think I put it back, see if I can draw like an Architect or something. I don't know, maybe it's bad because then I cannot play an Architect if I draw it. Stone Cold Serpent. Huh. I mean, I guess we just want to have like a lot of beaters, right? So, and this doesn't die to a lot of the removal. Okay, I'll put this on top. I'll draw this. So we can do here. I mean, they could Force of Negate this, but that would be. All right, Force of Negation, Exiling Cryptic Command. I'm onto this opponent. I accrue. I draw. I guess I can discard this, right? I mean, we have a land. Yeah, that's fine. We want rats. All right. They're 14. All right. So I guess they have a Cryptic Command. Oh, this is good. So I don't think they will tap us if we don't accrue this guy. Okay, so I can do one thing. I can play Stone Cold Serpent for 1. Maybe they counter tap. Huh. That would be kind of bad, right? No, if they counter tap, we just play the Mausoleum Wanderer, equip it. Yeah, that's fine actually. So yeah, let's do that. We double Scry first. Believe in the blue steel. Oh, that's a very good card actually. If we jam this, the missing land drops. Problem is we don't get to cast it this turn, but we get to cast it next turn. Okay, I think next turn this card will resolve, so let's get it. Let's get it on board. I mean, this thing of scrying twice is just insane. Okay, this went through. Huh. Do I discard the Stone Coil? The Cavern of Souls? No, I don't want to discard the Cavern of Souls. That sounds really bad. Dude, I have too many good cards. Like, we could play second Token and Wanderer. Could also just... Nah, I will not discard it. This guy, if it sticks, it's awesome. Dude, I'm honestly gonna discard a Stone Coil and play the... Nah, I'm probably gonna just discard... The Wanderer puts him in such an awkward situation, I think. I'll discard a Stone Coil. I'm not sure if this is correct. Abrupt Decay. Okay. We could have done this before we got to draw, but hey. Teach his own, I guess. I should play it next turn, but I can name Golem with this. It could be good. Oh, Mana Leak, dang you. No. It could be good, or actually. It could be. The problem is you cannot really play it. You can only play turn 4, right? It's not as broken as others. So now next turn we attack with the blink. We attack and then we just play the Longstone Golem. Uncounterable. So black. Asshole, man. They took it. They got to 10 though. Yeah, that's probably not the best scries I've done. So no second Field of Ruins. There's no... Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So they have now blue and black, and that's an Abrupt Decay. Alright, they're Abrupt Decaying birds, so hey. But we got to resolve this guy, then we're ready to make this a blue creature. They have one guy in hand. Hour of Promise. So they get the zombies here. Do they? Yeah. I hope they haven't top decked this. That would be kind of sad. But if we draw a Throne of the God Pharaoh, I think we can win pretty much. Economy Ruins. Huh. Not about the draw. I mean, not the best, but they can always feel a ruin, right? And then Economy Ruins becomes a bit bad. So if we attack with all, they take 2 and they block here, this dies. That's just not so good, right? Yeah, but I think we're still okay because we attack here. Next turn we can play... We don't have a Ballista, but we could get a Lodestone Golem, so we can try that. It's too bad that this was not a spell, actually. So they go to 4. I mean, the problem is that they have Uro, right? So if they draw an Uro, they can cast it and recast it, I think. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they actually can't. Down to 4. Then we could put, like, yeah, the Lodestone Golem back on top. We could put the Stone Cold Serpents. Yeah. Yeah, Ballista does it if they have nothing. But I don't have a Ballista in my graveyard. Yeah, the Golem is not so good because it doesn't fly. I think the smallest copter is the answer, actually. It's a threat they cannot wipe. They're down to 3. Maybe it's just draw naturally. What do they put on top? Abrupt Decay. So they're drawing an Abrupt Decay next turn. That's an Uro. Ah, man. Fucking Uro. No, I don't have Ballista in the grave, which is sad. Uro, Ballista could do it because we could make a very big Ballista. So they draw Abrupt Decay. The last card in hand is Abrupt Decay, but they have 4 zombies now. Yeah, they're gonna decay on the bird. Maybe even... Okay, that's... I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the smallest copter here. I mean, even though it doesn't really, it will get shuffled, it's still like an okay thing, right? Like, it's not a bad top deck. But next time they have Uro, which is a problem. This turn they have Uro. Can block one of them. Huh. Man, that would make this bird so good. Maybe we attack first, maybe they take it, but anyway, next time they're playing Uro, they go down to 5, right? They take 4, 3, and then 5. Damn it, and we were almost there, eh? So they will tap this for sure. I mean, we haven't lost, because we could draw I'm gonna attack with this, see if they take it. You never know, mates. You never know. So next time they are Uroing us. Okay, they take it, actually. Which is good. That means the turn of God may do it next turn. Turn of the God Pharaoh. Then if they hadn't not top deck the Uro or the Promise, we would have won for sure. So now we have 2 4s here, and this can be a 3/3, which is kind of nice. Of course, if I had played this guy before combat, they would have decayed it. Maybe they still decayed. They decay the bird. Sure. To be honestly, Stoneblood Center cannot be blocked by Uro, so if they make a mistake that, they don't leave zombies behind somehow. Like, if they attack all out with their zombies here. Man, I fucking hate Mystic Sanctuary. It's just so good. Okay, their Mage's Charm. Okay, they can steal the Stone Coil. Ugh. Or they can draw 2 cards, I guess. That's what they want to do. Why would you put a Mage's Charm on top? I would put a Abrupt Decay. I mean, Abrupt Decay doesn't coil the Stone Coil Serpent, I guess. We still, we could... If they make a mistake, we still could get there. So if they play their Mage's Charm, they cannot play the Uro, or they're close. No, they can play the Uro, but then they're tapped out completely. So they escape the Uro here, and I guess they'll draw a card. But I guess if they attack with everything, then we could win. But the Mage's Charm can, and Mage's Charm can steal the Stone Coil, which is unfortunate. They go to 6. So they don't attack. Okay, they're taking it very slow. I think then we're lost, no matter what we draw, almost. Maybe Ballista could be, right? It would be 4. Yeah, whatever, we lost. Anyway, close game. Yeah, I guess I just want to draw 2. Pretty close. Okay, what is good against them? This is pretty good. Soul Guide Lantern. Also Mystical Dispute. I mean, I'm not going to bring in all these cards, but just to have an idea of what we could have that is good. I don't think Throne of Amethyst does enough. Alright. Thank you, mate. Enjoy your work. Have fun. Mystical Dispute can be a backbreaker versus them. Stopping, like, Cryptics and Anonymous Charms and stuff. I guess we want to take a bit of the chaff out. So I'm going to take this card away. Like, the Chief Engineer just dies to too much removal, I think. They probably also play Engineer Explosive, so I probably just cut these. Too many. Maybe you don't want 3D, so 4 lanterns like that. I think these are fine. This would have been good. I guess Ballista is also kind of whatever. I think Lostom I like. I think I like this 6. I don't know about Grunko. Is Grunko Engine good against them, or to just counter it? think they just counter it, right? And then we look very silly. You know, the fact that this makes everything cheaper is kind of good. Maybe I cut Stone Cold Serpent is good. Maybe we cut one of these just because we're on the play, but this is actually, I think this card can be a really good backbreak. They don't expect this at all. I got one Judge's Familiar. All right. Game was close. This hand. I don't think this hand really does it, right? We go Stone Coil, Smugglers. It's a bit of a factor there. Hey, this hand maybe is better. It has Spirit, yeah. I think I'll put the Ballista back. It's just not that good right now. Huh. So we can go Muzzle and Wanderer, and turn 2 we can play Smuggler Sculptor. This guy is actually so good. I mean, I put Ballista back because it's not that good in the early game. If they when they play an Ura, we'll Soul Guide Lantern it. That's one of the reasons Relic is maybe better, is just because you can keep their graveyard small. They kept 7. I mean, this matchup must be hard, right? Because they play so much removal and counter spells that, especially post board, I'm guessing they also have engineered explosives. I think all of these together makes it kind of difficult. Opponent isn't having a stop in our upkeep. Dude, hello? Hello, opponent? I like to play my video game. Wow. Okay. Opponent. Sure we could make some kind of adjustments to the list. I think the main concept is nice. Stone Cold Serpent is nice. It's just a big beater. We kind of drew a little bit backwards last game. Like we had like the enablers after we had casted our creatures, like our Stone Cold Serpents and stuff very small. All right, that's not the worst. So we just, yeah, I'm just gonna play this. Good thing about this guy is he can do stuff Forge of Negation, which is kind of brutal, right? So no more worrying about this. To play this guy. It's funny they play this and they don't play the one that, I guess it's because of the cycle. How often do they cycle it? Probably never. I mean, this can stop a growth spiral, and I may actually stop a growth spiral if it comes to that. It's taking a long time. Maybe they're thinking of Fatal pushing here, but then we play Stone Coil. Maybe I will even... Nah. If I draw a land... If I draw a land, I can play an Architect, play Stone Coil. It's probably true. I mean, I honestly, like, the name on MTGO caught me completely off guard because it's it just says blue. Of course, like, nobody plays it, right? So when I saw it yesterday, I think it was yesterday I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah. So no, the original article listing was a yeah. So this was like, you know, when I started to play Magic, I was just reading articles, and I saw this article and video by Corbin Hustler, and you know, it was basically he had taken this deck from someone else. I don't know why there's no deck list here, but it was pretty cool at the time, and I like the idea of making a blue deck that had artifacts. Really, my opponent is really slow, man. I mean, I have taken more time, but I also have taken more actions than them. I mean, I must say, we almost got them last game. It was only that they had the 2 perfect top decks in Hour of Promise into Uro. If they had had lands, we would have won. And I think Small Scope is such a cool card. You know, the fact that you know, if they have an Abrupt Decay, we can counter it with Mass. Pretty insane. I wish I could draw a Cavern of Souls here. I think we could play 2 Caverns. That would be okay. You know, because the only hard card to cast is Arcane Architect. So, the issue here, I guess if they have Mana Leak, I can counter it. Not the worst, right? So why not? Let's go. Like, if they counter it, they can counter this with Mazo and Wonder, play the Stone Cold for a 2-2, tap the smallest copter and attack. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, don't counter DK. I never counter things. I'm not a blue player. Not a blue Magic player. I am a green player mostly. Or white player. Green and white are probably my colors. But you know, sometimes you gotta just dip into the blue. Imagine we had the Force of Negation. I mean, I'm not gonna buy Force of Negation for this deck, but imagine we have Force of Negation and we Force of Negate that our promise. Oh. They made a Mausoleum. I'm pretty sure if they Mana Leak, I'm gonna sacrifice the Mausoleum Wanderer. I shock. No. Could have tapped it. Okay, it doesn't matter, but could have tapped it. Oh yeah, that's hot though. Okay, so I need to click here, tap and untap blue creature you control. Play these dudes. Crew here. I'm gonna crew and I'm gonna draw because you know there could be I draw something good. Something I would rather have than this Sultai Lantern. And I think a land is not that, so hello. Basically filtering here. So they play an Uro now, we can exile it with the Sultai Lantern and go to town. Sure. Did they Mana Leak there instead of Growth Spiraling when it was like so good? I guess they can Fada push our friend here. No? Blue. That's kind of weird. I was expecting a swamp here. Yeah, countering an Abrupt Decay with a Welding Jar is pretty hard. Did countering an Assassin's Trophy with what is this? 0 colors. Cool, man, you got it. You can kill my serpent. They do it right away. Results. Opponent tapped out. Still don't see anything I want to... So I can do this, right? Tap this, this is 4 mana. This guy's pretty bonkers, eh? Then we can crew here. I think I'm gonna go for the damage, actually. Yes. Second Grand Architect or a Sultai Lantern. I don't think we really need this guy. And actually we cannot cast it because of the Lodestone Golem, right? So go to 7, my opponent. Assassin's Trophy with a Welding Jar is the best feel bad for our opponent ever. If opponent was playing red, I would not have given +1 to this to protect my Lodestone Golem from Lightning Bolt, by the way, but I mean, this game's not looking bad. We have lethal on board. And our opponent had to engineer explosives for a Stone Cold Serpent. Seems good, man. I mean, we can of course always draw with this, but I don't really see the reason to draw. Because if they play an Uro down, they could maybe want to recast it the turn after, right? They play an Uro, they gain 3 life, and then we play a Soga Lander Exile it, and they're like, oops. Nothing to be played. Maybe I have Cryptic here. Oh, they just concede. Nice one. What do we draw? Alright, alright. Lost some golem, pretty good. Dude, the Ghana is freaking brutal, dude. I don't know, man. Can we play a Wunko Engine? I don't think Ballista is very good. Like, Ballista can get us there, but you know, they always kind of have an Uro, right? They always kind of have an Uro. And Wunko Engine, they really don't have that many good ways to deal with it. Like, of course, they can kill it with no, I actually don't have. Yeah, let's put only one. I want to try this. I never tried Wunko Engine. I don't know what you think Wunko Engine versus Sultai. But yeah. I got the Chief's Engineer just because they need a lot of creatures to kind of work, and they just kill our creatures, right? But that's the theory, at least. And also don't want to have too many 2-drops because EE is very good. Man, but Grand Architect is such a card. I think I would like to play a second Cavern of Souls. You can name Bird with it, or you can name Vidalken, and that casts all our blue creatures. So what is hard to cast in this deck is this, but already we have 3, 13, 14, 16, so we have enough blue to cast this, and the Grand Architect. That's the only cards that are hard to cast. Honestly, this hand is pretty packed. We don't have a 1-drop, but honestly, it looks pretty good. We can do lots of stuff. But I really think a Cavern could be like really good. Like even 2 more Caverns. I mean, Cavern is very flexible. Like you can name Bird with it. Drawing a 1-drop here, 1-drop into land would be the dream. And they just play around Tails End very well. Just gonna play these and pass. Needle has been good in scales when I named explosives or when I named Golinch or Belcher. But most of the time it's not that good. But I've gotten sometimes like random uses out of it. Like I remember what did I do that was actually pretty cool? I named Mutavault, and my opponent couldn't kill me, which was kind of hilarious. My Cavern, right here. I'm gonna jam my 2-drop here. It's not a Cavern, but that's okay. So they couldn't. I mean, Needles is okay, but I think in this deck you would like to play more Phyrexian Revoker, right? This is a creature. You just want to attack with creatures. Like this deck works better with creatures. Maybe we could play like the Throne of Amethyst in this matchup too, but I don't know what my opponent is doing, man. Like I was ahead on clock. No, sorry, he was ahead on clock by 1 minute, and now I'm like ahead by 3 minutes. Yeah, but Needle, I mean, also Needle is free with Ethereum Sculpture, so you can just cast it with no cost, which is kind of nice. But Needle in general, I think it's good. I've liked it a lot in the scales, but I think I like it more in the green version. I mean, I really hope they unban, man, the Three of Tails. I think they will. Like, there is really no reason. The only reason would be to make Embry less powerful, but Embry is already kind of a broken card anyway, right? So that'd be really cool. I'm just gonna play this. This deck could also play explosives, by the way, because you can name colors with this. I'm gonna play my dude. I would rather they counter this than they grow spiral me. That's just facts for you. Yeah. Simply, that's what I would like. And I like to save my Small Sculptor because they could have Damnation in their deck, and the Small Sculptor doesn't die to Damnation. Maybe if... Oh, let's just play Uro. Right. Okay. So we're gonna play Grand Architect and follow it up with a Small Sculptor, I guess. Basically only drawn lands. So now this resolved, and yeah, they don't have force of negation. They're not escaping Uro right now. Next time we can get Lodestone Golem and Ballista going. Maybe I save the Ballista and I just low roll them if they get low in life. Maybe the Hour of Promises. That would be kind of bad, I guess. If they have Hour of Promise exactly here, it's pretty tough. I also seen people play Primeval Titan, and I'm guessing they play that because it cannot be force negated. But this card is just so cool. The fact that it taps for 2 mana is pretty insane, actually. It's better than Urza in that sense, for this deck at least. You could, but I think Urza would be cool because it gives a construct, right? And it's a 2-for-1. But the problem with Urza in this deck is that you don't have a lot of cheap artifacts to tap. Like the tap, you have guys that want to be attacking. All right, that's EE. Guess I can name this. Then I'm not gonna I'm not gonna even play it, mate. Because I'm not gonna even activate it. Maybe just pop it now. Pretty sure they have nothing else in their deck. So I think a Soulguide Lantern would be a fantastic draw. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things that we could do in this deck to make it better. Yeah, Pithing Needles could be in there. I don't think about the Stone of the Amethyst are only really good against combo decks. And I think, between Lodestone Golem and Mystical Dispute, you could be okay. Both Mystical Dispute. So they decide not to blow it up. Okay. See what they do. Okay, they let us attack. Now Zone Wonder is very good. I think I'm gonna pitch this. They could have Damnation, but they could actually have Damnation, but between the Mausoleum Wanderer and the Lodestone Golem, we can stop it. Tap target blue creature. I can make... No. Okay. I'll play the Ballista first. See if they... See what they do. So this is 7 damage. When they will kill this, right? So Cavern is not good. We have already 4 lands, so we just put it back on bottom. I mean, it would have been good before, but now. This could play... No, I'm just gonna... Actually, we can do this, right? We can just make this blue. Maybe that's a mistake, actually, because they can kill this in response. That's a big mistake. Big misplay right here. Okay, it worked out, but... That was a bit super greedy, actually. I'm just, you know, trying to say, okay, Rose Pile, that's okay. I will let that resolve, of course. They don't get a land. We scry. Now they could get Fatal Push to kill this guy. No, they don't. They just get a... Serpent is pretty good. It doesn't get blocked by Uro. I think this is pretty good. Good enough, let's say. So they haven't used their Engineer Explosives. We still have the guy. And we still have a blue mana to turn things blue. 5 mana here. They can cast Uro, then that taps them out. And that means they don't activate Engineered Explosives to get to attack once again. Or they do activate Engineered Explosives now. That only kills these, so we accept that. So maybe they have land, but then they cannot cast the Uro because this is a non-artifact. Okay. Interesting that they would go Spiral there instead of Battle Pushing my Grand Architects. I think we can... They concede! We need the Uro! Nice one. So we can, of course, counter it with the Mausoleum Wanderer. Then we still have this guy, right? And we can turn this blue. We draw a big Stone Cold Serpent. All right, everybody. Oh shit, that was fast. Let's play some blue steel. We're currently 2-0. Beating Uro. And red black midrange. And the draw. This actually looks very good. We draw a land. We have 2 turns to draw a land. I think I'll keep this. Is it Heliod? You bet. Instant sorcery doesn't counter Utopia Sprawl. And this one... This doesn't counter Utopia Sprawl. And they don't have that many instants of sorceries. So... I don't think these are super great matches, especially if they have a Utopia Sprawl turn 2. On 7, on the play. They have it, of course. It's a Conclave Mentor. And we miss a land drop, sadly. That's very unfortunate. You know, we have so many cards we could play, but it's okay. I have 6 mana available. Usually a lot. Okay, I mean, this is strong, of course, but can be beaten. We draw a land. That's very good. This doesn't look that good. You have 3 mana here. This for 1. So we'll take... if you have a land, we can take 5, 11 damage and just basically kill us. I can play a Ballista for 1. And then play the... So I can tap 2, play Ballista for 1. play Stone Cold for 1 to tap it and play Throne of Geth. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna go for. And just try to kind of go in there. Probably not what we want here. That's not bad. Actually, now I kind of regret. I should have kept these, and this can block. But I guess we can try to win. So opponent will lose 5 life here. Next time we can attack for 5 and deal 5 more and win. So if they don't kill us now, we can win. Especially if they got any township. Oh, no. Okay, that's bad. They can take the throne with this. They can untap here, but no. Or they can. That's pretty unfortunate that they found. I guess they also have collected company. Play Heliod. That's pretty scary. We have 9 here. An attack, but they can give lifelink next turn. We can give protection, which is okay. So I have 7 mana available. So it means I can play. This costs 6, 7 in total. I don't know how good the lodestone golems are gonna be. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So lodestone golem's not gonna be great. So we can leave this up. Of course, if they have Spike Feeder, this is over. Okay, I'll put this on the bottom. Still unfortunate they had the Skyclave for the throne. So this can block. Now we have. So I can do this, and this. Okay, Grand Architect is very good. It's a lot of damage, so I'll put it on top. Oh, we cannot cast it. Damn it, I cannot cast the Grand Architect. I don't have 2 lands. Or maybe I can cycle something. I can cycle this and. Maybe I should have left this on top. It's probably should have left this on top, right? I mean, we have Ballista here. We're dead because it comes in with a. It can come in as a 3/3 and still get lifelink, right? They have a 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Maybe they just have nothing. Our elf is. They can attack. Oh, they don't attack. Very interesting, honestly. The 0 cards in hand. Wow, they are scared. They're really scared. Back, they can pump. So we attack for 4, put them to 7. That's all right. 4, 5, put them to 6. Maybe just want to block right next time. So I think I'm gonna attack like this. It's a walking ballista. So we cannot cast this, but it would be pretty good to draw it, to cast it next turn. We cannot really cast this, right? Maybe they do have a... Oh, they don't have a collected common, so they're going off the top of the deck. Go down to 7. So if I tap this and this, I have 3 blockers, so I don't... I mean, they can pump twice, right? So maybe one of them gets through, but we block. This could slow them down slightly. I don't know about discarding that, but I think it's okay. We also got a scry here. It's a land. How do I feel about it? I don't think it's needed. So they can actually just pump their team. But this we can block, this we can block, and this is lethal, so we need to block one of them. Or maybe we just dead? No, we're not dead. We can... Okay, it's a land. We're not dead, I think. So block, we take 3. I don't think they even attack. Oh, they attack. I guess they can give lifelink, but that's very strong, I guess. So... So if I go here, I eat this. So this will be this will pump and they will become a 6/6, so this will die. So here this will die for sure. And I take 6, go to 1, meaning this that I cannot use it. They can give lifelink and pump. No, they can pump, but if they give lifelink, they cannot pump, right? Oh, they do. Ah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think we need to go here. They'll probably give lifelink to this guy, and then we see what we do next turn. If they give lifelink to this guy, we're very happy. Only Township doing quite a lot of work here. Give lifelink to this guy. So I could shoot this down with my own ballista, and then I can kill them, right? 1, 2, 3, 6. Yeah. Wow, this was like the worst one to give lifelink to. So I can say, okay, this resolves. Then I can ping my own dude. Did we find a line? We did! We found it! You got the line found! Oh shit, we beat them. Alright. That was a nice one. So this member in, that's very good against them. Soga Lambda doesn't do anything. This is only good against non-creature spells, so that's not so strong. Mystical Dispute doesn't have blue spells, so Wurmcoil Ancient again. They gain a lot of life. So the Amethyst, they play a lot of creatures. So I think this member is the only card that we really want in this matchup. I don't know if the Godfire has been super impressive, man. Every single game. None of these spells has one more to cast. This could be good if we get to play it early. I think we can cut one Chief, one Ethereum Sculpture. I think I like Chief more than Ethereum Sculpture, maybe. Smaller Sculptures looks very good. I guess one Judge is familiar, it just doesn't, they don't have that many instant sorceries. Guess we get one of these because we don't want to draw too many. Yeah, so we bring them these members that we gotta beat the cards that are not the best. Sure. Alright. Took me much longer than my opponent to think this game through. I like this hand. We have these, we're gonna put it on black so we can castle this man for less life. May come up later. Well, not a very strong start. They have a very similarly strong start now. Spreading Seas would be a very good card to have. Hello, hands down. I'm 1-0 versus them. Oh, this is a really good top deck, so just go ahead. What is that? Heliod. Alright, I mean, they could have infinite life next turn, which is a bit annoying. But we have an answer for that. Yeah, if I 5-0, this is the dream, right? So we can go ahead and... No, I cannot really... Oh, I thought this was an Achieve Engineer. Of course, I can cast it now. So if they have Spike Feeder, I'm dead if I don't play the Walking Ballista, basically. So I think I kind of have to play the Walking Ballista, right? And just say, okay, I'm not dying at least. And then attacking them with the Mausoleum Wanderer. I mean, I am 2-0, and I beat only like tier 1 decks so far. No jank. And I'm 1-0 in this match. To be fair, my opponent maybe misplayed. They got a bit greedy. And then I shot my own Stone Cold Serpent with a Ballista to prevent lifelink. That was like... Nice thing is, this guy actually is preventing a Collected Company next turn. And if we draw a Grand Architect, which the card is just so impressive, even better. So they path me, so they path my Walking Ballista, and I think we just have to... I could minus it. So what could happen here? So if they have exactly land into Spike Feeder, they gain infinite life. And there's nothing we can do about it. If I Mausoleum Wanderer in the path, they need to tap this and pay 1, and then we just lose both of these and they Spike Feeder next turn. So I think that the downside is pretty big, right, to just doing this. Alright, I'll take it. I don't know, man. I'm so sad I don't have like nice lands here. Alright, I guess they can pink here. I mean, they can kill us next turn too, right? Oops. This is hard. We only have 3... Okay, they missed a land drop actually. Okay, that's a second... Like, that's a third Mausoleum Wanderer. Guess I can just play the Link Moth. So, I guess I just attack first. So... I played the land. Yeah. They could have Pendelhaven, but I mean... I could hold up and prevent. Oh, I should have played this first. Oh, what a misplay. I have forgotten completely about this, man. To be honest. Honestly, completely forgot about our boy the Mausoleum Wanderer. That was a bit bad. But I can block here, so they cannot win. So it would have been 1 point of damage. Okay. They don't do anything. That's a good draw. So we can play this as a black source. I'm pretty sure they have a thing, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and I will not attack with this guy or this guy and attack with the flyers. I don't know if that's even good, but huh. Okay, I'll attack like this. Put the pressure on. You know that Mausoleum Wanderer can counter you Collector Company, right? Oh no. They're gonna do it? Oh no, it's just pumping. Yeah. That's pathways that just make splashing free, right? Okay, so they're pumping. And I guess then they can give lifelink twice to the ballista, if I'm not mistaken. So they can give lifelink. If I dismember, they give lifelink again, and we lie. So we need to do it now. And we lose one of these, but that's okay. They go to 5. All right. No spike feeder, please. Ah, come on, opponent. All right, that was unfortunate that they have both this and this. So now they gain infinite life, and there's nothing I can do. Is there a secondary way to win? Nah. Ah, okay, they won. I'm pretty sure they just top deck this. All right, that's unfortunate, but that's what it is. On the draw, on the play, I like Lotus on Golem a lot more. I like this member. I like these guys. Mausoleum Wonder was really good. Maybe Wonder Judge is familiar. Actually not. Just thinking what to cut. I got a Serpent on the draw. Yeah, Dispute could be this, but 3 mana is also a lot, right? But I guess 3 mana to counter a... Maybe we could play a Dispute. Just for a... I mean, I don't want to draw a lot. I can prevent the combo only with this member and ballista, you're right. So maybe we can play 1 Dispute. Yeah, I could cut maybe like this. 1 smaller sculptor for 1 I don't want to play more than 1. I think 1 Dispute could randomly get them as well. If I had Dispute that match, of course I could have kept it in my hand and not attack with the Blink Moss. But that was a very close match too. So they had Heliod into Ballista into Spike Feeder, right? This hand doesn't really stop the combo, but if we draw an Ethereum Sculpture or a Chief Engineer, this we can play turn 3, and I think that should be pretty good. So I'll keep this. And again, Mausoleum Wanderer stops Collector Company, so that's very good. Yeah, I would I mean, but I would. What do I? I don't want to dilute my deck too much, I think. But I could see myself playing that. I could even see myself. Okay, if I top deck a ballista, I'm gonna kill this. Okay, there you go. Alright, so hopefully I'm not dead here. So next turn we can play Lodestone Golem, follow that by a Lodestone Golem. Hopefully that's enough. Maybe, hopefully I don't have like Utopia Sprawl here. But who am I kidding, right? Green... What? Man. I mean, I think this is a bit out of the ordinary that they do exactly this. Skyclave Apparition, that's kind of annoying. Hopefully they go for the Smuggler's Copter. Or they go for the Chief Engineer. Sure. Second Utopia Sprawl, wow. I think Spreading Seas in this deck. I think Spreading Seas will be pretty cool. Pretty cool, I mean. Okay, it's a Throne. We need to find an answer for the combo, right? So I think we can... Missing a land up here is not great, but I can do this. Now at least we get a 2-2. Crew 1. I mean, maybe they don't have the combo at all. Land. So land allows me to play the Lodestone Golem next turn. I think I'll do that. And I can also play the Throne of the Godfather now. So, okay. And I cannot really die to... Well, I could die to collect the combo, actually. Take 3, go down to 10. So next time we have 5, 8 damage. 9 damage, actually. Yeah. So they have 6, 8 mana here. 8 mana to 3 seems balanced. They have Heliod. Ah, come on. Don't tell me you have Ballista here. Enter. Alright. Okay, they give lifelink. So they gain 2 life. Sure. I mean, this guy will do nothing, man, because this is just they give it to the same guy, interestingly. They could give it to this guy if it dies again to life. Maybe a second Mausoleum Wonder that does it, the third one, I mean. That's a Ballista. It's interesting. Ballista can kill this and can prevent us from that. No, we cannot really we can't really stop the combo, right? So what I'm thinking about here is tapping. Yeah, if they had it, I'm dead, right? So we can stop the combo. Because they didn't. I mean, they could maybe have. I mean, they could have just played Ballista and killed me, right? So because this was an 8 mana, 3 Ballista. No, they were actually one off. You get this. Maybe we can find a card with this guy. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna crew here. I'm just trying to avoid their lifelink next turn, so I will block here and then ping them. Maybe they have a Path to Exile as the last card, which would be very bad for us. It's not the worst. It's the same list, I'm just playing the third match actually. It could be that they have Path to Exile here, but we can always counter it with one of the Mausoleum Wanderers, right? So when it takes 3, go down to 4. Land, okay, they draw. Okay. Okay, they still have 6, 7 mana, so we're still not out of the woods. You don't draw that Spike Feeder, man. Don't do it. But hello, welcome, Margo LF. That's a lot of viewers for a janky thing. Actually, if we had top deck a Mausoleum Wonder, we could have done it, right? Because we could do 2 more damage to them. And I discarded Loathsome Golems because at this point they have like a million mana. Yes, I could have tapped 2 creatures, but I could have tapped the Ethereum Sculpture. Maybe that would have been good. But what I want to do is I want to block with the Ballista. I actually should have tapped this guy at least. You're right. But I wanted to keep the Ballista up to block. We win. So my idea is, if they attack with this guy, I block with the Ballista, they give it lifelink, and then I shoot the Arbor Elf, whatever. Or I shoot them, and then I kill them the next turn. And this guy was just in case they had path for this. But it didn't really make sense, actually. Bingo, boys. 3-0. I think we really need in this deck some sort of Phyrexian Revoker or Spreading Seas. I think both of them are great options right now. Honestly, Spreading Seas looks pretty promising in this deck. Like, I like them more than the Thorn of the Amethysts. And I think maybe we should find some, like, two slots for Phyrexian Revoker, 2 slots for Spreading Seas, or 3. Could help the Tron matchup. I don't think this deck beats Tron very easily. Let's say. Maybe you just outpower them, right? But this deck kills you, man. This deck, like, it's funny, but people don't play flyers in Modern. No flyers. You have flyers, you have Lord, and you have this card which is, like, secretly really strong. Like, you saw that they Skyclaved it the first game. Well, maybe you didn't see it. So 3-0, 3-0. Getting our money back already from this league. And we played against Red Black Midrange, we played against Sultai Uro, and we played against Heliod. Sounds pretty good, man. Sounds pretty good. Like, I'm not saying this is tier 0 or anything. I'm just saying you can win with anything in Modern still. Definitely can. And if you're interested in the deck, you can go exclamation point deck list or do it like this, and it actually works. We are on the draw. I think it's the second or third time on the draw. Yeah, Modern is Wild West. And it should be like this. That's why they shouldn't print like too many cards that are... This hand is good, actually, secretly good. Too many cards that are like too... Like the soap piles are the worst for Modern. I've been playing all sorts of affinity stuff. I played things like this with Mystic Forge, and I just couldn't make it work. I want to revisit it, though. Because I think maybe the secret was just the Thorn of the God Pharaoh, what I was missing. Because I was always kind of almost getting there, and then not getting there. Oh, it's a Prowess deck. I don't think Prowess can be possibly a good matchup. Let me tell you that much. Especially not with this hand. I was thinking of playing Stonecoil Serpent and then going with Engineer, tapping it and playing a smaller Sculptor, but fuck, maybe they just Lava Dart it. I mean, if they Lava Dart it, it's not actually the worst. You. Oh, it's published? God damn it. You know, I had this conspiracy theory, guys, that I posted in Discord. That they were not... they didn't post my 5-0, and I didn't see hands 5-0 with the scales. And I thought, for sure, this guy is reading the card. I was like, for sure, these guys are not putting the scales results because they want to unban 3 of Tails. And I really want them to unban 3 of Tails. That would be kind of cool. But, I mean, actually, if they go something like... Alright. I mean, that's very scary. Needless to say. I'm hyperventilating a bit here. Like a lot, basically. I'm just like, ooh, well, at least we only take 3. They only have 2 cards left in hand. Okay, this is good. This is a good draw. It's too bad that these guys are, of course, the way they are, right? I could have maybe just played this, but I kind of want to get this guy down. Maybe I should just play the smallest copter and try to block one of them. Because now they can go crazy, I guess. Mutagenic growth. Man, we're gonna take a lot of damage. Are we dead, opponent? So this is 6, 8. Lava Dart probably kills us here. Holy shit. Okay, opponent had a good draw. What do you guys think? 4 creatures. But maybe we can do it. Maybe we can do something next turn. Play second, smallest copter, block. Yeah, we take 8 here, go to 9. That doesn't really matter what I name, but I'll name Artificier. Artificier Tribal. So I want to have 2 creatures that are at least, so I can play Lodestone Golem and block with this modular sculptor. And I think that's what we want to do. And I'm guessing this guy is like the worst block, the worst of these 2. So I want to tap. This actually blocks pretty nicely. I guess I just want to tap here. All right, so now there's spells cost 1 more to cast. Next turn we can play the second Lodestone Golem. So let's see if we can stabilize here. Especially have like a Mana Morphos in hand or something. Okay, they go aggro. So we drew this guy. Maybe a Bolt here. No, they Lava Dart. So they can only Lava Dart once though. So this will kill it, which is unfortunate, but what it is. Oh, this will mean that this dies. Sad. Can we set up lethal? Now these 2 will die. I want to keep everything. I don't have enough mana. Maybe the throne. I really want to. I need to block. This has reach, right? This can block this, but this dies to the Lava Dart. I don't want to lose life actually, so I'll just discard a land. Yeah, I would have 5 toughness and draw a card at ETB. But that's just not the world we live in. Alright, so we did lose a Soulscar Mage, we lose the dude. They could flashback the Lava Dart now and kill this guy. Maybe it's what they will do. I would like to draw a land that is not... yeah, I would like to draw a land that is not a waterlogged groove. So they decide to do what I said, so... My guy dies, okay. So we have 2 choices here. We either play this guy. We have 1 card left, 1 mana left. So, okay, so we play this guy. It could be that they actually cannot kill us. Right? Because they attack with this guy, we block both, and they cannot cast their spells. And then we're at 2. Or alternatively, we can play smaller sculptor than this, but this just doesn't do it, right? think that is the play. Playing this like this. And then playing smaller sculptor next turn. This all but guarantees that we don't die. I mean, we are like scrambling here, but I guess they will attack only with this guy. Sure. They could have mutagenic growth. Or not. Visa system is a good draw. I cost 2. It's okay, right? You just play this and this. Yeah, I don't want to tap anything. Yeah, 2 blockers exactly. That's what we want. Ooh, this is a good draw. This is a great draw. I think. Could tap these and these. No, this is not good. Oh, okay, wait, next turn. All right, so next turn we can do some stuff here. Land. So now they can bolt us. Let's see what their attacks look like. Maybe they don't. All right, they attack. So I guess block here, block here, block here is a way. Oh. So maybe they have a. I'll block, and maybe they have some kind of way to pump this, but. Oh no, I think I should say no, right? Because I want both cards. But do I want this throne? I think this throne, it maybe we can just put it back on top with Academy Rings at some point. Because they're not attacking with their smaller dudes. I don't know what to do here. Should I put the should I draw? Ah, you were right. You were right. That was a bad play. I should have double blocked. You're right. Ah, that was actually I was just so focused on my own thinking. But we get punished too for a removal spell if we do that too. So, and then we die the turn after. Okay, I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna the architect. But if I double block and they have a removal spell, like or a spell in general, both of them die, right? So I think it's actually okay to do this. Like if I double block and they have like a bolt or whatever, or a lava dart, okay, that's actually the same result. Now we're dead next turn, and I should have put this smallest cutter on top. Damn it. If I had put this smallest cutters on top now, I could draw it, right? 1, 2, 3. No, I could just. I could. It was just that. Yeah, whatever. Didn't matter. They drew the lava dart. I don't know about this. Mate's good. I think Lodestone Golem seems a bit slow and it dies to bolt, right? So maybe Lodestone Golem are just not that good. You just got like this. Got one of these, I guess. I want the 1-drops, I want the dismembers, I want the copters. The Thorns of the Amethyst, I think they're fine. Better than the Lodestone Golems, I believe. Dispute actually stops the... Yeah, actually Dispute is good too, but it's a lot of cards. Maybe the Thorns are not that good. You know, maybe the Thorns... I mean, I just don't want to dilute my deck to the point I don't have payoffs, right? Then I could cut, like, I do like this, so... That's just... Thorn is probably, yeah, one of our better... Yeah, you're right, but I don't know what to cut for it, man. You know, I cut one of these guys, just... So I play a bit slower. I don't know. So I go and... Basically, I'm trying to gamble on getting one of these guys. I think Lodestone is a bit too slow by the time it comes down. I would rather have Stone. I like a Wurmcoil Engine. Walking Ballista can kill their 1-drops. Make it cut a 1-drop. Like, they have a lot of Lava Darts, right? So make it cut a couple of 1-drops and bring in these guys. They work well together, but I don't want to have... You know, I don't want to just, like, give them free targets for Lava Dart. Maybe I can cut these and get a Smugglers. Maybe we can do like this, so we get not so many guys that die to... Yeah. Let's see. I don't love it. I mean, I think we have a decent plan here. Okay, that's a turn 2 with a Sleepy's Assistant, and the rest are creatures, so hey, we keep it. So, yeah, I think we want to play this so we can scry, right? I have to dismember, so I'm going to put this on black. I guess they have a 1-drop. That's kind of bad for us, but whatever. We take 1 here. Problem is, if I play this on black, I think I'll play it on blue just in case I draw a colorless land and then I can cast that. So I'll just play Thorn here. It's a 3rd line. That's probably good because it allows me to cast the Architect. So we go. I'm not going to block, so I might as well attack. Holy shit, they find their... So I think we can play this guy. I think I will play a Stone Cold Serpent as a 4/4. I don't think I need to play both. And then I will just chill. Talisa is also very good. We can turn this Mausoleum Wonder into 2 mana. Easy. This seems pretty good, eh? This is like a good start. Now they can cast spells. But this has... Master Transmuter. What does that do? Can you link it? So that's a Manamorphose. The good thing is Manamorphose is that they need to use the ability now, right? So this block is guaranteed. Next turn we can make a massive Ballista, actually. Ugh, I don't know why that doesn't work on my... I need to really figure it out, but... How is it called? Master... I'll check it out for you. Master... Transmuter. Okay, it's this card for people in chat. Return an artifact you control to its owner's hand. You may put an artifact card from your hand into play. Oof. Yeah. That would be cool, but that looks also very, very hard to make work. So I can play Mausoleum Wanderer and make a 4/4 Ballista. Sounds okay. All right, mate. See you. And then I can play next on this, right? So. I will shoot the big guy actually, because this guy is multicolor, so he cannot really ever block the. He cannot go through the Stonecold Serpent. I'm just gonna block. I'm not in a rush here. I'm in a good position. I just kill. Yeah, but I want to kill the Sprite. I mean, I guess it's called Storming Entity. This is an elemental, not a dragon, funnily enough. Soulscar Mage resolves. That's very good, actually. They Lava Dart, my dude. Alright. I guess now they can... Oh, I could have countered it with Lava Dart, with the Wanderer. I think it's okay, though. I think this is actually good for later. So now these can block here or here, and there's nothing they can cast. They could cast Lava Dart, but still, this would make it a 3/4, and I could all counter that one. I could... So they do this. Okay, resolves. Resolves. And now I can counter it, and then I can block here. They should have flashback dart first. I mean, after I block, but... So now they don't have good attacks. I'm gonna attack with this Stonecold Serpent. They also use the mana when it's kind of bad for them. This doesn't deal damage to this because it's protection from multicolor. So take 4. It will be very big, dude. And we got a Scry. This is not that good anymore. Put it at the bottom. Oh, they draw. Okay, they cannot cast anything now. They can cast one spell. This has trample, by the way, so they play opt. Okay, mate. No, exactly. Stonecoil has protection versus multicolored and reach. Why? I don't know, but I like it. I like it right now. Oh, that's a Ballista. So I can attack and then kill them with Ballista most likely. So this Ballista will be a 4/4. And again, they don't have good blocks, so... Man, this is a showing. And it has trample, the Stonecoil. Yeah, the Stonecoil, I'm guessing it's just because it's like a very, very big Stonecoil thing. They're actually dead and they don't realize it. Good one, mate. Good one. All right, that was good. That was obviously good. I don't know if I want to have some lodestone golems or it's just too bad. Yeah, that was nice. I mean, this was a very good hand by us as well. Maybe we just want to have like a lodestone golem to draw it and, you know, goldfish. But actually drawing these guys was actually very important too. I think I'm gonna do this where I'm gonna play another one of these one drops. Dude, we're still this is a very tough matchup. We are on the draw right now, so this could be hard. This is one of the hardest matchups, I think. They have so much removal, flyers. But it's cool, eh? This is a really I mean we are 3-0 playing only against top decks, like only against like Hello Cheesehead SRB. I don't really play Urza decks, but I could maybe play Urza in this deck. This hand, I think this hand may be a bit too slow, right? We play Stone Cold for 2. This actually blocks the Sprite Dragon. They kept 7 cards, and then we play this dice. I think this hand needs to be mulligan on the draw, especially. Oof! On the play, we are. Wow, I think this is also. I mean, if we don't draw a land here, we are wrecked. But I guess we need to kind of take a bit of a. Yeah, I don't know about this hand though. So we play this guy. They vault it or they lava dart it, then they attack me. I think we need to mulligan this again. Alright, I guess this is okay. Keep. And yes, I can put this back. This way this memory is cheaper. Alright, I'll do that. I'm not in love with this hand, but we gotta be you know, if they have a very strong hand, we need to have a strong hand ourselves. And this hand is not great, but who knows? Maybe we just top deck like a 1-drop or something like that, or they just kept a very very medium hand themselves. Okay, they just play a tap land, which is kind of funny. Okay, I'll play this. So I would like to play Urza decks, but I just don't really like this combo Urza decks, to be fair. Blue. Okay, I guess this is a Manamorphose into Stormwing Entity. Most likely. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save two points of damage and play this on black. And kill it in my turn. I doubt they play Force of Negation. I actually don't know what Urza. I mean, I haven't played an Urza deck in a long time. It's just the top tier Foundry combo sounds a bit awful to me. Yeah, they could have 2 entities in hand, but you know what I mean? They put 2 cards on top, though. This is looking hard. So I'm just gonna pass the turn here. Alright, that's actually a good draw. Of course, Mutagenic Growth gets us here. Oh, they have it? Okay, that was pretty brutal. I mean... alright, that's bad, of course. Again, they did the same thing. They need to tap for red. They have another Manamorphose. Insane. What a hand, eh? Manamorphose, Stormwing Entity, Mutagenic Growth, Manamorphose. So what I'm gonna try to do here... Okay, that's a second entity. What a hand. I mean, this is kind of... It was on 7 too, so... Who knows? Maybe they missed the land drop. No, not even that. Okay. Yeah, I think if this architect doesn't stick, we kind of die. But if it does stick, we're fine. We may be fine. We're probably dead anyway. I'm gonna play around Mystical Dispute and put this on Artificer. They could have Mystical Dispute, right? So yeah, 2 entity mutagenic and double Manamorphose. So I'm gonna do this, play Ballista. And next turn we can actually stick the Wormcoil, but I don't think this will be enough, so I think honestly this is not enough. Unless they have pure blanks in hand, but no. Then you have Lava Dart, that's 10 damage, 12 damage. Yeah, I mean, this is just too good. Unfortunate. I don't think the first two hands did it here. Okay, I have Lava Dart. And the fact that they had the mutagenic growth for the Dismember was incredible. Like, this is I would say a 1% of their hands that has this configuration. Look at their spells. 2 Manamorphose, Mutagenic Growth, Lava Dart, Double Stormwing Entity. We are probably just dead. They actually could have killed us if they bolt us, but they are brain dead, I guess. If they bolt us, we were dead. Because that will be 11 plus a Lava Dart. Yeah. But maybe they kill us anyway. Alright. We just lost. It happens, sometimes they just get like this crazy. They could have killed us here if they bolt us. They go to 11 and then laid Lava Dart. This would be 6/6 each, and then we are at 11 and we die. All right, last game. Bible Thump, indeed. But I just like I had to try to dismember. I mean, at least I took 2 less damage from the dismember, right? That's the only thing I could do there. I mean, sometimes your opponents will have it. There's a reason that deck is very good. We're playing against Asuo HD. Yeah. You need to have, like, unless you have Path to Exile or something like that, because even Fatal Push doesn't do it. Like, you're not beating that with Fatal Push. You give 2 Fatal Pushes thinking you can get them, and they're like, nope. And they also were on 7. So they basically killed us on 4. It's pretty strong, pretty strong. I like this hand. We're playing in the Lurus deck. It could be a Hammer deck, but then the Stone Cold Serpent can block. We're on the draw again. Island. Oh, is this a meal deck? Ugh. Ugh, it is a meal deck. So I could play this now. Or I could play this next turn. Free, actually. Could play even 2 turns from now. I'm gonna pass. Yeah, but I mean, okay, we could maybe have a double dismember there, but okay, that's meal for sure. Okay. Of course we play against meal in the last game. I hate playing against meal. It's just so boring. Running a land next turn would be kind of cool. This is free now. Like, it's also free next turn. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm not even. Oh yeah, good luck at the work, mate. Enjoy. Surgical. I mean, if we draw land, we can stick a Lodestone Golem. It's kind of cool. No black, though. Maybe Field of Ruinas here. All right. Mayoboro is Field of Ruin. You got it. You can surgical it too. Oh, they have black now, so now they can follow push this. It'd be good, but not the worst. Okay, they don't. Land, please. Oh, yeah. So we play this guy, then this is discounted by 2. Is it better to just play the Heliod Sculpture here? So if I play the Heliod Sculpture, then discounted by 2, the Lodestone Golem. And then this is a 2/2 as well. Whereas if I play the Grand Architect, I only get to play the Lodestone Golem. I think I like this more. But then the Lodestone Golem will actually make it... Now, actually, it's better to play the Grand Architect so we can play a second Lodestone Golem next turn. No Fada push here, please. All right. Ah, yeah, and then we can play the Stone Cold Serpent anyway. As a 2/2. You go. Non-native expel scores, 1 more to cast. Of course, this Mesmering Orb is gonna mill us, but it's a fetch land. They have Cacophony does for 3 mana. So now they cannot cast anything else. Alright, they mulligan us, they mill us for 5. So we cannot cast this guy now. I'm pretty sure they have Surgical in hand. We actually can cast it now. Can we cast everything? So this guy costs 4. Then we... Yeah. No, we cannot cast this guy now. Oops. This is subs for blue, but we can do this. And we can do this, I guess. Sadly, we miss thing to do with our mana. We have double dots on Golem. So that means we will get milled by a lot next turn, but we still have 34 cards left in our deck, right? So unless they have Damnation, and Damnation costs 6 right now, so we can't really cast it. We're fine. No cantrips allowed. A crab costs 3 mana to play. And we can we can make this, we can even have Academy Ruins so we don't lose to ourselves. We can put Ballista back on top even. They fetch. You know, Academy Ruins could allow us to put Ballista back on top and win the game that way, which maybe we'll do that. That's black. But yeah, I'll play a game with hers. I will try to Cheesehead SRB. I will try to make an Urza list with this. All right, you get it. But you're dead on board. So I don't know. I don't know what's the plan, opponent. Like literally, they're on board. All right, nice one. Okay, we won. So I like Mystical Dispute in this matchup, and I like Thorn of the Amethyst. Soviet Lander is not so good because it doesn't exile our own graveyard. So we're gonna leave it there. Stone Cold Serpent, Ballista, it's all good. This is decent. Yes, this is not so good. Yeah, but I don't really love to play this mid-range deck so much, but I see. I mean, I see what you mean. I think I like these smaller sculptor thorns. Mega Cat, Stone Cold Serpent. Thank you for following, mate. I could try that. I've not really played this kind of deck that much, but maybe we can just give it a shot. Guess I could have one drop. And they're pretty good. We play a lot of removal, so I think we can cut a couple of the accelerators. Yeah. So opponent is on the play this time. Oh, they were on the play as well last time. But yeah, I will try to come up with some. I like to play an Urza deck that doesn't necessarily play the prison style stuff. Okay, this is good because it allows us to counter a crap. And it's a turn 3 Lodestone Golem too. I like that. So hopefully no crap. That's a crap. Pretty this draw. Pretty this draw. I'll counter this. You know, we don't want to deal with it, I think. Of course, we get six. I don't know if I want to play Theme Sculpture or just play a Thorn now. They have Mystical Dispute themselves, right? Brutal. I kind of like this. Next turn I can play this and like this and this, and then the next turn I can play this. Sounds okay. Pass the turn. I like to play some more of the deck, maybe with Gilded Goose. So if the opponent doesn't have a lot of lands, they will not be able to cast a lot of spells. So that's a land. So they do have a land. All right. Still want to play this, I believe, because it's a. Why does it make me do that? So then, if they have like a counter spell, I could counter it. Whereas if I play this, then I can't, right? And next turn I can still play this and this. And next turn we start attacking, and we have a double like tax on them. And then we start scrying, which sounds kind of good too. It's close, it's close. So nothing with their mana, so they just milled us. There's another land, which, you know, they're drawing a lot of lands, which is good for them, I guess. There's a fetch land too, so... Alright, that's actually pretty easy draw. So I'm thinking I could attack first. You take one. So playing a Blizzard system makes our next draw better, but playing the Mausoleum Wanderer is very good. I guess I don't necessarily want to attack, so I don't tap my stuff too much. Let's attack first. Let's see what happens. I mean, if they wanted to do it pre-combat, they could have. Right, so unless my opponent is playing badly, they block. Not afraid of the Walking Ballista, I see. Up to 18. I don't know if I wanna... Okay, I'll do this. So then I can play this. And I scry. So they have removal into damnation. No, they cannot have damnation. Drowning the log. Oh, so they can pay 1, right? So they can pay. I should play this Muzzling Wonder to protect it. Ugh. So they counter these, and if I sack these, they just pay 1 mana. Yep, that's what happened. But I still get to scry. And this is not a good draw right now, so we put it back. And we pass turn. That was bad. That was a bit unfortunate they had this. They had to draw exactly. I mean, they're drawing a lot of lines, not gonna lie. Like, they basically only drew lines on this. Maybe they Philorine our Waterlogged Groove, which could be kind of good, I guess. That means, though, that they can only cast 1 more spell probably. But that means that they mill us for 3 more. We still have decent setup here. No an Architects on the graveyard. Too bad they took the Waterlogged Groove. I was planning on cracking it next turn. Oh, well, Camera Rains. It's not the worst, not the worst. They block. They take 2. Play the Wanderer. I guess I could put back a Lodestone Golem. End of turn. They've used the Philorine, so they fetch now. So I could put back the Lodestone Golem, cast it, or get the Stone Coil. The Mystic Sanctuary, okay. Get the Drowning the Log on top. They're drawing that. But that means they're not drawing a land, most likely, right? So Drowning the Log costs 2, 3 actually to cast, so we could counter that. Unless they have a land in hand, which would be pretty brutal. And, you know, it's 1 less card than the mill. We could also get a 3/3 Ballista and kill this crap. Oh, may they kill the Ethereum Sculpture here? They kill these, just do this. Interestingly enough. May have the what would they do that for? So I think we got Lodestone Golem here. Seems that they're pretty taxed. Family Ruins, what a card then. We hit them for 2 more. Scry. They cannot really counter these because even if they have a... Okay, Ballista's a very good top there, so I'll leave it there, even though I may put Ballista. I only need 3, it suits. I may just draw this Ballista honestly and play it as a 3. Now the spells cost 2 more to cast. They We don't have 20. Oh, they do. So they draw 3 cards. But yeah, again, they cannot cast any more spells. Of course, they can get a land. I probably could have countered. No, I couldn't really. Maybe I was drowning the log again. Oh, mesmerizing orb is brutal. It's very strong. Um. So we let this resolve. I think we just put the. So we use 3 mana for this, so we only have 2 left. Maybe I don't know what a Throne of the God Pharaoh. Yeah. I attack with everything. If they block here, they take 3 plus 4, 7, and they die next turn. So let's go. And if they don't block here, they're dead. Unless they find Feel of Ruin for this. They block there. Deck 4. Unless they have Field of Ruin for these Kami Ruins, we win. Or a second Mesmering. Oh no, nothing, yeah. Into the story too, wow. That's a crap? Oh, that's a... You have to pay 2, right, to cast it? Non-artifact spell? No. Okay, black here. Alright. That's all you got, opponent? Easy clap, guys. Easy 4-1. We have 1 spell left, so... It doesn't matter. You don't draw when you cannot kneel. Hey, boys. Academy Rings coming through. Alright, 4-1, 4-1. Alright, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I definitely had a lot of fun playing this league, and I'm definitely going to play more of this list in the future. And I thought in the end I would give some thoughts of what cards I could see myself playing in this list. I think, how I would modify the list to be even more competitive. So the first thoughts, like let's say the main deck I really liked. I mean, everything felt kind of tight. One thing I would change though is first I would get the proper art on the both Kami rings. By the way, what an art. And islands, I really like this island. It's super cool. So I would get these proper arts, very important. And then basically, if you count it right, we have right now here. How can I do this so it does? So here we have 14 blue sources, so that should be enough according to this Carsten's calculations to cast these guys around 90% of the time. And then to cast Grand Architect, which is the only other card that is difficult to cast in the deck, we will need, we can use Cavern of Souls as well. So I really like this setup like this. Of course, this makes us slightly more vulnerable to Blood Moon. So I've been thinking to cut a Waterlogged Roof for a 9th island, but I think 8 islands should be enough to, even through Blood Moon, sometimes cast Grand Architect. And this basically 17 sources is not the 18 that you normally would like for your 3-drop, but 17 is pretty good. We need to remember we get to scry a lot with Artificer's Assistant. We get to discard cards with Model Sculptor, right? So we get to mulligan. You know, when Karsten made those calculations, there was no London mulligan. It was still the other mulligan. And so basically all our consistency went up a bit. So you are mostly, if your deck has some inbuilt consistency, like Artificer's System, Small Sculptor, you can go a bit lower in mana sources. The same with Scales. You don't need to have 14 green sources to cast your Harness Scales on 1. You can probably get away with 12. And yeah, so this will be the mana base. I would probably add 3 Cavern of Souls. If you don't have them, I don't think it's like a necessity to have Cavern of Souls in the deck. But I mean, it's kind of nice to not get your Artificers countered. So all these cards are Artificers and Bedalkans, so you can just put whatever you want. You can also name Construct or Golem or Snake. I think this is a Serpent. No, this is Snake. To make this uncounterable, or a Spirit if you want to make sure that you have these 1-drops resolve. So, you know, it's quite flexible in that regard. What it's not flexible in is that you cannot cast your 1-drop and your 3-drop, right? That's kind of a bit of a weakness that the Cavern of Souls has. So if it's your only blue source and you want to cast your 1-drop, then you will not be able to cast your 2-drops or your 3-drops. So that is, you know, a bit of a trade-off. I could see myself playing 2, could see myself playing 3, maybe even 4 if, you know, you are expecting a very heavy control meta. But I think 3 it's been fine so far. If you're worried about the amount of islands, you could always clad 1 Clearwater Pathway to make room for that and play it maybe. Because the only reason Clearwater Pathway is here is for the dismembers on the sideboard, because they're like black spells, right? I mean, you can basically make your dismembers cost only 2 lives. Yeah, this is what I would change in the main deck. Ingenious. So that's what I would change in the main deck. Other changes I would be considering would be to change the Judge's Familiar, because Judge's Familiar is strong, but it's not as strong as of course, as Mausolean Wanderer. For the 4th Ethereum Sculpture, and I guess there is a bit of tension there. You know, we want to always start our games with a 1-drop into an enabler. So if we don't have 1-drops, or we have too many enablers, it gets a bit clunky, right? So I think I kind of like having 9 1-drops, and then of course you need to cut one of these. And it's probably true that the best one to cut here is Ethereum Sculpture. It's just because our creatures cost a lot, and you would rather, you know, have like the ability to convoke that, because a lot of times if you play Ethereum Sculpture turn 2, you can't follow up with anything. Because let's say you go turn 1 Artificer's Assistant, turn 2 Ethereum Sculpture, you get to scry, which is kind of nice. But then that's it. That is your turn. Whereas if you go turn 1 Artificer's Assistant, turn 2 Chief Engineer, you can tap both of them to get another 2-drop down. Or get a, and this, you know, these are also 2-drops for this deck. So you can get one of your 2-drops down and, you know, really start swarming the board. And in time, these 1-drops can turn into, these 2-drops can turn into another 1-drop, right? Because you can tap, for example, a Walking Ballista to play a 1/1 Stone Cold Serpent, for example, if that's your plan. So, you know, Chief Engineer really a little bit more powerful in this deck in Ethereum Sculpture, even though I really like Ethereum Sculpture, one of my favorite cards. It's so cool to play a common. Like, commons are cool. You know, like everything here, rare, 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 rare. Come on. You know, that's kind of nice. So, I mean, so that's why I think this will stay like the same. The only thing I'm thinking about is I would like to fit 1 or 2 Urza's Lord High Artificers in the deck. The card is just bonkers, man. Like, you read this card. First, it makes a construct for free. So if you resolve it, there's a 2-for-1 already. Which is not bad. Then you can tap artifact you control to add blue. So that means that, you know, Grand Architect normally has the ability to pay 1 blue to turn a Walking Ballista blue. And then you can tap the Walking Ballista to add 2 mana. So basically you add 1 mana from your ramp, basically, by tapping the Walking Ballista, because it costs you 1 mana and you add 2. Whereas this Urza can directly tap the artifacts, right? So it's kind of nice. It can also tap the construct itself. And then, of course, it has this, it's a 1/4, so it doesn't die to bolt. It's a pretty cool looking card, not gonna lie. And on top of that, you have this shuffle 5, shuffle your other exile top card, so it's kind of a flood protection too. Even though for these, in our deck, we need to have 5 lands, and sometimes we don't have 5 lands, right? So there's a bit of a tension there between this and all the other cards that actually want, basically, these only allow you to cast artifacts. You cannot activate Urza's abilities with this, and all of these cards are really bad top decks when you are spinning Urza. So the only good spins for Urza, are like good. I guess I mean these are not terrible, but of course you would rather not get a 1/1 for 5 mana, right? It's still it's still, and I think you would rather not get these two. So you probably only are looking at these 14 payoffs or a land, right? So Urza, I like to play one. I would like to play one. I think that would be pretty cool, but maybe I could cut Ethereum Sculpture, or I could cut, yeah. That's what I'm thinking about, cutting Ethereum Sculpture to see if I can fit it there. Or maybe cut the Judge's Familiar, which is okay, and add the Urza. Just to try it, I think it adds a lot of flavor to the deck, which is very important, in my opinion. But yeah, this is what I would do in the main deck. Of course, Cavern Souls can also cast Urza, because Urza is also Artificier, so it's a human Artificier. This is a Vedalken Artificier, and the Vedalken Artificier, Vedalken Artificier. So all of these get cast by Cavern Souls, if you put Artificier. So we should. And then on the sideboard, the original sideboard was this card. So original sideboard, well, you've seen it during the deck tech, right? So, blue gives you a lot of flexibility. Blue has counter spells, of course, and of course we're not going to play Cryptic Command or Message Charm or anything like that. We could turn this deck more into a counter spell heavy deck, but then it kind of loses the point of playing like Throne of the God Pharaoh and all those 1-drops and everything. That doesn't, becomes more an Urza deck, which would be cool to explore, and I will try to explore that as well. But, blue gives you access to like Aethergas, which is amazing against Titan decks, of course. Veil's End, which is very good because people don't expect this card. You can counter, for example, a fetch land at trigger. You can counter any legendary spell. So all planeswalkers, all the payoffs that a lot of people play, you can counter with Veil's End. This card is really good, and it only costs 2 mana. So, and when I say only costs 2 mana, I think 2 mana is quite a lot for this deck because you're normally trying to tap out. But this is cards I think is good, and depending on the meta, you would like to play one of them or 2 of them of each. Then I added Ceremonious Rejection. I don't know if I will add it, but if you're expecting a lot of Tron, this is probably a good card to play. You could also play Spreading Seas, and I think Spreading Seas also would be kind of cool, but Spreading Seas only really comes up versus decks like... it's not so good versus Titan because they bounce it. It's good versus like Burn maybe on the play. It's good versus Tron decks, but it's not so good against Titan decks. Also, Ceremonious Rejection not so good against Titan decks. So you kind of need to hedge what you want to deal with. Mystical Dispute was pretty good versus the Prowess deck, which probably is a bad matchup, even though we lost that game. And it's also in general pretty good like against, I guess, Omnath decks, Uro decks, but I guess it also falls off relatively quickly in those matchups, right? So it's one of those cards that maybe you don't need 3. Maybe like 1 or 2 is enough because you don't want to be drawing multiples in a game. You're just happy. If you draw 1, you spike like an Omnath and you win the game towards that, great. But you don't want to have 3 of these stuck in your hand when your opponent has 12 mana, right? So I think maybe I will cut some amount of Mystical Disputes and adds a bit more variety in terms of the Aethergas and everything. So then on top of that, this is what I put here. This is not, of course, something I want to play. This is just the Spreading Seas that I put it here to not forget it. Another card we could play, which is very good against decks that have a lot of fetch lands, Titan decks, basically. Ashok, we are very easily casting this card on turn 3. And even though it doesn't have a lot of synergy with the rest of the deck, just the fact you play it and you leave it there as an enchantment, you can think this is as an enchantment that takes 5 damage to deal with. And basically stops all the Titan shenanigans and everything. So this could be a card I could see myself playing. I need to think about this, of course. And then for the aggressive matchup, Engineered Explosives, I think this could be kind of cool. Even though we play a lot of 1-drops, To be honest, our wonders are not like long-lived versus decks like Shadow, for example, or Prowess. So I could see myself playing Engineered Explosives on 1 or 2. You know, we can easily play it on 2. And if we play Engineered Explosives, I would play the 4th Water pathway, so we have more opportunities to put this on 2 if needed. And we can even put it on 3 with Waterlogged Grove. So maybe it's a thing we want to be doing. That is that's an artifact I would consider. If I see Shadow, I need to play the deck more to get the feeling right. But if you see, okay, I'm struggling a lot versus these 1-drop decks, the Shadow decks, Engineered Explosives, it's actually not so good versus this deck as it is versus Scales, because you can see we have 0 drops, we have 1 drops, 2 drops, 3 drops. So it's not like when they play, opponent plays it against you and you're playing Hardened Scales and then they just blow you up, right? So 1 Engineered Explosives, I think, or 1 or 2 Engineered Explosives could be cool. Especially works pretty well with Urza because you can just play for 0 and have a free mana. In general, counter spells and free artifacts work really well with Urza, but free artifacts don't work really well with the rest of the stuff, right? Because we're building our deck to cast expensive artifacts, not free artifacts, right? So then on the sideboard, we had 4 Soga Lanterns, and I see the point of playing them because it's good. It's better versus Dredge. It's better versus Upsol spells, because it basically stops their their combo, right? Because you can just have the Soga Lantern on and then exile the graveyard in response without having to hold up 1 mana like you do with Relic. But Relic is actually really good, I think, versus a lot of the decks, especially against the Uro piles. But maybe since we already have Mystical Dispute for those decks, maybe we don't need Relic. So maybe we can just keep the Soga Lanterns. I didn't bring in the 4 Soga Lanterns against the Uro deck because I just didn't want to dilute my deck too much, right? So I think there's a choice we need to make there on what is our plan versus the Uro decks. Because you need a plan versus Uro. And like which cards do we want to bring in, which cards we want to cut. Depends on what kind of Uro deck. I'm pretty sure against a red deck, like a deck that has Bolt on, Goldstone Golem looks pretty bad because you spend 4 mana to cast it and then they bolt it and it's like... One of the Amethyst was surprisingly awesome all around. Like, it was good versus the Mill deck, it was good versus the Prowess deck. It was just, I think it's a really good card versus any combo deck as well. So maybe, all this combo protection I'm thinking about here with like Direction Revoker, Pithing Needle, maybe it's just not needed. You just need to run a Throne of the Amethyst, play it on turn 2 and say, okay mate, if you want to play a ritual, it's going to cost you 1 more mana next turn, like to cast the next one, right? So you just need a lot of mana. So in a way, Amethyst works really well with creatures, and that's why I would think that Phyrexian Revoker is a better option than Pithing Needle for this matchup. More or less do the same thing. You can name mana producers with this, but you cannot name lands. So you cannot name Ingmoth Nexus. There's a weakness versus Colossus Hammer decks, but you can name a lot of stuff, and you can even name like Llanowar Elves and stuff like this, right? So it's pretty cool. I really like this card, and I think it works really well with the fact that we are mostly an artifact deck and a creature deck, right? So then you can palm this, you can, this deck is an aggressive deck. It's trying to kill your opponent relatively quickly. And then Murkle Engine was really good. Like, I mean, versus the aggressive decks, it's just a card. It's super, like, the red-black midrange deck, it just doesn't have an answer for this card. Like, they need to use 3 removal spells, and it's just not feasible for them. You also gain life. It's just too good of a card. You can put it back up with Academia Ruins and keep cycling it. And I mean, if you're able to get to 6 mana somehow, I think this card just wins a lot of the matches. And I think it deserves this spot. Even though 6 mana is quite a lot, but you can see if you play an Architect turn 3 and you have 2 blue creatures in the battlefield, you can just play this directly, which is of course a kind of Christmas line. But if you play an Architect turn 3 and you untap with it, you have, let's say, 3 mana, you only need like 1 more creature of any kind to turn. Because if you have, let's say, a Walking Ballista, an Architect, and 3 mana, you can pay 1 blue to make Walking Ballista blue, tap Walking Ballista for 2 mana, tag an Architect for 2 mana, and then you tap 2 for a Murkle Engine. So really cool card, really works well with the rest of the deck, and I mean, it's actually a pretty awesome card. It's like, if you like Dune, you probably love this card. So this is my thoughts on the deck. I mean, I need to play a bit more to decide what is worth to have on the sideboard, what is worth to not have on the sideboard. I'm trying not to come with too many pre-thought, like, how's it called? prejudgments, let's say, almost to say, oh, I'm going to play this because it's good in scales. This deck is not scale, so you need to kind of think a bit outside the box. And you can play Engineering Exposed in this deck, you can play Tail's End, you can play Ceremonious Rejection. So I think we should take advantage of the ability that we're basically playing blue. And when you have these guys, you don't have to use your mana cast your spells. You can just cast them with Chief Engineer or an Architect, right? So then your mana is free for counter spells. It's kind of nice. Problem with counter spells, it don't work so well with Throne of the Amethyst or Lodestone Golem. Right? So it's a balance there. We need to find what it works. But so far, I've been very happy. I 4-1, and I could have 5-0. My opponent had just the nuts, basically. I mean, I don't think many decks beat that draw by my opponent. They killed a Stone 4 to do a Dismember on my turn when they were tapped out, right? So kind of rough there, but still had a lot of fun, and I will keep playing this deck, trying to fine-tune it. But the main deck, as I said, is very, very tight, and Forza is a cool card, but I don't know if it actually works so well with the rest of the deck. I will need to try. Anyway, if you like the content, please let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next one.